guys, welcome back to a brand new video.
Yeah, today we're doing like a 2024 year in review.
Yes, I feel like it's needed.
Yeah, at the start of this year we did our vision boards together.
We did.
And I think, you know, a lot of the time we focus a lot on big stuff, but we really need to focus on the little wins, because the little wins add up, and that is what this video is all about.
Yes, and I think documenting it is a good place to start, and also understanding that you don't always tick everything off the vision board necessarily. It's just good to keep the vision board, because you do end up ticking it off maybe a couple of years down the line, or the following year, or you do things that you didn't realise that you needed to put on your vision board and you actually achieve. So we thought this would be a really good video.
And subconsciously as well, like you might have already lined things up next year that you don't even realise that's on this year's vision board.
Exactly, and some things might even take more effort in the build up to launch you further into the future. So we thought this would be a really fun video. We've just sat for the past hour, I'm not even joking, going through our camera roll for the last year.
It has nearly been an hour.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, going through our camera roll.
Yes.
Yes.
Just picking like favourite tidbits from the year, so that is crazy enough that we can say each month something crazy has happened to us.
Each month, and that's what you really need to focus on. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this video for both of our channels, but we're going to hone in more on Alice's channel, and she's going to show her stuff on the screen, and then on my channel I'll show my stuff on the screen so you can see it a bit closer up.
Yeah, but let's get started. I feel like you should start. We're going to start with our vision boards that we did together. I think we did these on the 8th of January, didn't we?
We did, yeah. Let me get it up quickly. So, let me just quickly...
I'll pop it. I can pop it on screen.
Okay, perfect. So this is my vision board from the start of the year. We did this on the 8th of January.
We'll overlay it right now. We'll overlay it so you're seeing it.
And we ticked off St. Lucia.
We did.
I got new wardrobes.
Unbelievable.
I feel like, you know, I am creating the life of my dreams. I've been protected with positivity.
Love that. You did quotes as well,
I did quotes, yeah.
That was so nice.
And you know what? I feel like a lot of this stuff I really feel like could happen to us next year. And I feel
we're in the energy of.
We're in the energy of it. So I feel quite happy with that.
But I feel like a lot of these things I have in some capacity achieved. So let's start top left and go around the board. In a relationship. Tick. I actually on the 1st of January got into a relationship, so that's my anniversary date, which is so cute. And that was a tick. The photo that is of the Veuve Clicquot bottle with the champagne, I literally feel like is exactly, I'll put them side by side, the vision board picture.
It looks like that kitchen there.
Versus the actual picture that I took. Very, very, very similar. Like, I cannot believe how similar that is. I feel like I've achieved that. I wanted a bookcase desperately, and I'm looking at a bookcase right now. It's not fully filled with books, but one day it will be, and it's white as well. So white. I feel like it may just be a Billy bookcase from IKEA, but I love it so much. I had a photo of orange juice and girls making orange juice. Although I didn't do it like in the picture, I did make freshly squeezed orange juice on my birthday, and I was so excited about that. A lot of things on here, like working. What else have we got? I had Formula 1 on there. We didn't actually end up going to the Formula 1 this year, but I did go in December to the Bahrain circuit. I didn't get to see anything like in action, but
that still is.
That's still on the energy of
exactly. So
Formula 1.
100%.
Which is really cool. I had like a first class flight on there, which I didn't have. Oh, I did have this year.
You did?
Oh my gosh.
You went when you went to Sri Lanka?
When I went to Sri Lanka, I flew business class, and I had a meal. So oh my gosh, I didn't even realise that.
That is so similar.
Oh my gosh, and it's got the olive oil as well, and I had the olive oil pot.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, okay, so that happened.
That's what I mean, you don't notice the small things on your vision board.
Exactly.
Like, I put a walk-in wardrobe on mine, and I didn't even realise, oh, I actually had fitted wardrobes put in. It's not walk-in, but like, it's still new wardrobes that I put on there.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy, isn't it?
So crazy. And then there was a photo of us, well, I thought it was of us, holding 2 snorkels. And that kind of represented like a tropical destination, and we got to go to St. Lucia, we went to Turkey, we did Anda Beirut.
That felt like so Turkey vibes.
Turkey vibes, because we just honestly had the best time together, and it was like a fun holiday.
It was,
And then a laptop picture, which I feel like really does sum up the energy of the vibes.
New sofa. I put a white sofa of like a man and a woman kissing, but
you put a white sofa
now. I just got a new white sofa. And I was like, oh, I didn't even realise
that. That is crazy. Honestly, looking back on these things, you realise what you've achieved. It's
and this
amazing.
could be seen as me working alone, like going into my own business.
Solopreneur.
Couldn't it?
So cool.
We still need to do that one.
Oh my, we do. A little boat trip.
Hollywood.
We need to make that happen, guys.
This is going to be Feb, okay?
Yeah.
The St. Moritz.
Yeah.
Have you got yours up?
I have. I've got loads of random stuff.
So mine was, I'll put it in, but I actually got new flooring put down in my flat.
Gorgeous.
Because I had carpet and I really struggle with my asthma and the carpet. And I have this whole thing, and then get my new bed from Dusk, which I love.
Gorgeous. Did you put that photo as well? That's what I was giggling about.
Really?
Okay, this is such a niche memory, guys.
But it's like a core memory of this year.
A core memory of this year, at the beginning of the year. We wanted to manifest more travel, and both of our passports were expiring within 6 months.
Yeah.
So we were going...
We were at the Dorch. We went to the Dorch for breakfast. Or lunch. We were there for lunch.
Yeah.
And we went walking around.
Yeah, London.
And then we saw Snappy Snaps, and we were like...
Should we just do it now? I don't know what I think the energy was like an intuition.
It was. But then both of us...
I can't believe that we've both put that as a memory. Nice, because we weren't looking at each other when we were doing that.
No, we weren't. But I also think there's such good pics of us.
There's such good pictures of us. They were spontaneous.
Yeah.
We didn't plan the makeup look or anything. No. And
I'm surprised they let me in with a red lip.
It was such a fun day. Like, I just remember feeling so excited about the year.
Yeah, me too.
It was like,
and then there was the milk bread at the Dorch that we had.
Oh, that was
so good. So amazing. And then outside the Dorch.
That day was, it was like cold, but it was so sunny.
That was 16th of Jan.
That was 16th of January.
Yeah.
I feel like the following day, it was like right before I went abroad, I got asked to be a bridesmaid. There's a little bridesmaid's box by a cat, which was so cute, and the little bridesmaids boxes were adorable.
So cute.
Which was lovely. And that was really exciting time of the year. And then... this is what's so weird about the going to get our passports done. We were in the energy of it. I ended up going to Sri Lanka, like that, was it that week or the following week?
So it was like, I think it was actually 2 weeks later.
2 weeks later, but I'd sent we both sent our passports off.
And it said up to 6 weeks, so we were like panicking. And then you got your invitation to Sri Lanka, and then you had to go into London.
I had to get the embassy to fast track my passport, because I was like, I can't not say yes to this.
Yeah.
I've never been to Sri Lanka, like I really want to see it, and I ended up going, and that's where I ticked off, because I totally forgot that I did that. Yeah. I ticked off my first business class experience, like there and back, and like all my connecting flights. So I actually had 4 flights in business class.
That's insane.
Which was insane, and like each, it was all Qatar Airlines, but each plane was slightly different. The modern ones were really nice, but they didn't feel as private, whereas I quite like the old, I can't remember what type of plane they were, but the ones with the doors. I actually preferred the pods with the doors, even though they were an older spec.
Really?
The newer spec are like these like pod things, but they have no way of hiding yourself or being like private. They're very public.
So I actually saw a video the other day of a 1940s commercial plane, and they have little tables and they have curtains, and it just felt so much more.
Can they bring that back?
I mean, it felt like luxurious, rather than me sitting on Ryanair and having to like put the plastic thing down.
Yes.
And when they laid their breakfast out or dinner, they'd put a little tablecloth down for economy.
Okay, that's really nice.
Yeah.
That was one thing I loved about the business class service, was like all the little bits, like the mini olive oil and stuff. Yeah. That was so good.
We went to a John Lewis press event.
We did.
And there was a Hermes bag there. And
it was so gorgeous.
That's going on my own mood board.
That is stunning.
I think I just need to have that. But then quickly after that, it's when the 23rd of Jan.
This was when you first met Elliot, isn't it?
Yeah, just the show.
That sounds really random.
Yeah. But we went to the Oscars pre-party where he was in the Oscars last year.
Yes.
And this was one of the biggest events that I'd been to at this point. We'd been to like big events, but like it was more like, this is the Oscars pre-party for trying the food.
Yeah.
And I remember
we got to sample all the dishes.
There was a famous photographer there. Do you remember that? And he told me that I should do modelling.
Yes. And then that actually spurred you on to model.
And then 2 weeks later, I got booked for a modelling shoot.
Which is so weird.
Which is so bizarre.
When you think about how quickly that came in for you.
I know. Like
2 weeks.
2 weeks later.
I love this. I just love the energy of a vision board.
23rd of Jan, 6th of Feb, a week later.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
That's so good.
Isn't
okay,
it?
so you're in 6th of Feb. Okay.
Go on, you go
so
to
January into February, that was when I was in Sri Lanka. I've got
Yeah.
some cute pictures which I'll pop on screen. I had the most unbelievable lobster, and I also had the most unreal crab curry, which is like a Sri Lankan dish. I've not experienced a flavour like it since.
Really?
You know when you eat something that's amazing, you're like, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
There's dishes that I really miss.
I've had that before. I mean, to be honest, the Sugar Beach like that, I just want that whole dinner again.
Yeah, we were saying that
was amazing.
Amazing.
And then it got to like start of Feb, and we went to the Savoy.
We did.
And we stayed, and there's like cute videos of us jumping on the bed together.
We were in pink. It was just like the best thing ever. And we decided to we basically went down for a drink, but we decided to have our dinner in the room. And we ordered a room service, because there's so many times when we go to press reviews, we're not allowed to do room service. We're never allowed to order into the room, because we have to go out and like experience the amenities essentially.
But we weren't there to review the hotel. It was more the new bar opening.
Yes.
So it was more the fact that we could actually order room service while we were there and do a girl dinner, and feel like we're not going to be judged for like getting cheese toasties and soup and
chips.
Caesar salads and chips. So it was so fun, and then the butler came in. It just felt so luxe.
Oh, it was so luxurious, and it was just the nicest thing. And I remember it being like all cold and rainy outside. The view out from the Savoy is just like the whole River Thames. So we were looking at all the twinkling lights, Big Ben.
Yeah.
And I remember looking out, and we were having our girl dinner, cheering with cheersing with champagne. It was so good.
It was so good. I loved that. And then the next morning, possibly the best hotel breakfast I've ever had.
I think I would agree. I would agree.
Because normally when you go to hotel breakfast, they do mini pastries. And don't get me wrong, you know,
they're nice.
They're
but
lovely, but they're not that.
Unreal. We're going to put this on screen because it's just too good not to.
Too good. It's full-size pastries, and then we went into breakfast. And obviously, you expect that from the Savoy.
Yes.
So yeah, that was amazing.
That was such a good time. So good.
And then we went into Fashion Week.
Then we went to Fashion Week. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we went to.
This was such a busy year, guys.
It has been. This is just Jan and Feb. What date was this? 16th of Feb. We went to the Paul Costello fashion show, which was so fun.
So nice. We need to make sure we get to that this year.
Yeah.
Because we missed it, I think, in September.
We did.
I think we had... Basically, the year just goes so quickly.
It does.
And by the time you've organised stuff, it just gets a little bit crazy. We had the... I was just going to quickly flag this. I got my first Valentine's flowers, which was really lovely. I got gorgeous, red roses, and I look at them and I'm like, oh my god, the colour.
Stunning.
The colour.
Love them.
They were gorgeous. And then it was the LTK Gala.
Oh, so yes.
Which that potentially was the biggest event of the year for us at the influencer side.
The influencer side, I need to post this picture, I haven't posted it.
How have you not posted that?
I don't know, I didn't like it at the time. Once again, I look back and that's one of my favourite photos.
Guys, if you see huge photo dumps from the both of us, this is why. We've gone through our camera roll.
Yeah. But the LTK Gala was such a big deal to get invited to, because obviously we're journalists and we do influencing and content creation on the side, but we're not huge content creators. So the fact that we were invited and there were huge creators there and it was such a big event, was just incredible.
Exciting. I love these types of things.
That was so fun.
Such a good one.
And then I worked with Curvy Kate on an event.
Oh my gosh.
So when I worked with them, I went to a mini golf event. They did for a new bra that they were releasing. That was really
Which
fun.
is one of your favourites, I think.
One of my favourite bras.
Yeah.
I love Curvy Kate. Oh, I only wear Curvy Kate bras now. Just because they're so comfy. And I did tag this just because of the best coffee I've ever had.
Was that the honeycomb one?
Honeycomb one.
Wait, I still haven't tried this, so maybe
you still haven't tried it?
No, I wasn't with you. I don't think I was with you for that.
No, you weren't.
I wasn't.
It's the best coffee of my life.
The London day I think you did with Lewis.
Yeah. So this is in St Christopher's Place, and so it's called Cup and Lid.
Okay, we need to go back to St Christopher's Place. We're always in Bond.
We were there recently, but so this is the best coffee I've ever had in my life, because they use actual real honeycomb on the top.
The colour is proper coffee.
Isn't it proper coffee?
I love it.
Okay, that's on.
Oh my gosh.
That's on New Year.
I've got a funny video which I'm going to put on screen.
Okay.
We met the wonderful Callum.
Oh, I've got the same video.
The same video.
No, I've got a picture as well.
We went on a fresh trip in, when was this? Is this March?
This was in March. Yeah, and I've got a picture of us doing gym bits.
Oh my gosh, honestly, when I tell you, that was the like the giggliest press trip we've ever been on.
It was so fun. We were basically, it was 3 hotels as part of the same group.
Yeah.
And they would drive us in between. I think we were at the back of the school bus, like naughty school kids giggling.
We were.
And it was just so fun. And it actually started such a wonderful friendship with Callum. I put the same thing.
Oh,
and I actually had the video
with us cheersing with French 75 as the start of a friendship. Gorgeous.
So cute. Okay, and then it goes into your marathon.
London Marathon, yes.
You go ahead.
So I've got a photo which I'm going to pop on here when I was searching for my name. And what was so spooky was there were so many Bradleys, and there was 2 Alice Bradleys running the London Marathon, which is really creepy to me. There was an Alex or an Alexander Bradley, which is my dad's name, and there were like multiple people. I think there was a Sam Bradley as well. Yeah, it really creeped me out. I was like, that's my entire family. Maybe we're related. And the fact that I saw another Alice Bradley, like, that is really trippy to me, because I never see Alice Bradleys on like usernames or anything.
I see a million Rebecca Nicholsons. I mean, there's another journalist, Rebecca Nicholson, and she's also well known, and she also does lots of good journalism. But she does like more serious journalism, and she does like TV reviews, but they're like serious TV reviews. And I often get like in my DMs like, brilliant review, however,
and you're like, that wasn't me. But I remember finding my name was really fun, and then the marathon itself was the most, like, I think that's probably the best day of the year for me, and the best day of my life, like one of the best. I'm not joking you.
I've got
you coming out to support it. The sign, oh, it was so special. I actually yesterday rewatched my London Marathon vlog, because I loved how there was clips that you gave me from you filming from your point of view, Jan's point of view.
So cute.
It was the best day. Like, I couldn't recommend it more. Like, if you've ever thought I want to run a marathon, do it, and it has to be London, because it was amazing.
See, I would never, but loved it for you.
It was so good. You had a good day though,
I had a good day. I mean, I would love to go back in a group. I've been there as a group before and supported strangers on. And that's what a lot of people actually do. They go just to support strangers, and it's weird because often in London you get... You
wouldn't really do that.
You would never do that with strangers, and just such support. So I would actually like to go back to London Marathon this year.
Should we do it?
Should we do it and just go support? Because you see the names.
A really good sign.
Because you see the names,
and
you go, go Paul!
Yeah. Like, I think I would love to do it from the other perspective, because like it was such a good day. I had such a good time. Yeah, it was unreal.
I mean, and then I was gonna say, after the marathon, I had the Evidence event, which was one of my favourite events of the year. That was the best goodie bag I've ever received, and I was like,
that started your love affair for
the brand. I don't stop using them now. I absolutely love them. And then I went to the Belfry, which was a golf trip. But, you know, I didn't do any golf, I just posed and took pictures.
When was that?
The 4th
of May?
Yeah. Just after the marathon.
The year has gone so quickly.
Oh, and then you've got this. Oh, same day.
Yeah, it's the same day. That's so spooky.
That's so spooky.
Okay, so whilst Becca was doing that on the same day, I had my first ever talk at John Lewis, which was so much fun. I'll insert a picture, obviously. And I loved it. I got to talk about fashion and trends.
So good.
And just try something a bit different. I miss this Vivere set.
I
kind of want to work with them.
Vivere, you know, if you want to do my size, Alice's size, we do something together.
Let's do something, because their pieces are such good quality. And everyone the whole time, because I changed into multiple outfits. I did 4 talks over the weekend. Yeah. All my outfits were Vivere.
Love it.
And every single person was like, that's such a cute outfit. What brand is that?
Yeah.
It was gorgeous. I loved it.
I love it. And then I went to an event with Giovanna Fletcher.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Deichmann. That was a really fun event.
There were so many things happening, weren't there?
Yeah, and then we went to Under Peru
straight after.
I'm in like this super luxe like car that took me to and from.
I love the energy. I'm going to say the water Aquafit. We both... Oh! Okay, the Aquafit, right before we were about to get in the water... We got to do loads of classes with Olympians, and it was amazing. But for some reason, as soon as we got in the pool, that to me felt like when all the people, like we were literally doing aquafit next to Rebecca
Adlington, yeah. And I used to be a competitive swimmer, and she was like my idol when I was little. And I was like, I'm literally in the same pool as Rebecca Adlington.
And we were all having such a fun time. Yeah. And I remember thinking, like, the sun is shining. It was the best.
And there was a water park. And on site, and we honestly had so much fun.
That was such a good trip, and we got to bring +1s. I think that's why it made it feel like it felt like we were on a family holiday.
Yes.
Like, my mum came with me,
Lewis came with me, and it was just like, oh my gosh, it was such a fun trip.
Yeah, and it's so funny. My mum fell in love with Lewis. My mum got such. We'd have to do press stuff, and we'd come back and they'd be like giggling with a pina colada
or something, and I was like, oh, okay, at least they're having a good time, because we do have to do a lot of press trips.
We do.
And I always feel bad like if I'm having to do something and leave them by themselves. So they had each other and they got along so well.
They
so
did.
It just made it so much easier.
They did. It was so good.
And then we got pictures with possibly the nicest couple ever.
Definitely.
They are the Olympic rowers, Vicky and Ricky.
Vicky and Ricky.
Yeah.
They were so lovely.
When I tell you that that's how tall they are, it's insane. And then I'm trying to think what happened next. Have you done with Andrew?
Yes, I'm on to another destination. Oh my gosh, yes. I didn't even put this.
Clifton summer party.
The Clifton summer party.
Which was so fun, wasn't it?
Every year is gorgeous. We love Clifton.
Yeah, I love Clifton. We couldn't stay too long this year because I was house sitting for my parents when they were away.
Yeah.
So we came back and we just had a more chill evening, but it was still so lovely.
Yeah.
Next time I would like to stay at Clifton House overnight.
Definitely.
So we can fully enjoy the event, because the year before was wild.
It was very wild. I feel like that was probably the wildest party of 2023.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it. There's always like one party or an event that where you're just like, this is insane.
Oh, and then are you going to do this one next? Because this is...
The way I didn't even find that on my camera roll.
Really?
This is crazy, guys.
So, at the end of May, we got invited...
Was that May?
Yeah. At the end of May, we got invited by ITV, wasn't it?
We did.
By Lorraine, to go and, like, visit the Black Dog.
Yes.
We didn't actually realise that they were going to be interviewing there.
Yes.
So we were like, oh, we're just going to go there. We're going to see where the Black Dog was, because Taylor Swift talks about it in one of her songs.
Yeah, she had her upcoming tour dates in London.
And then it turns out they were actually being interviewed for Lorraine.
Yes. And we had a full-blown interview segment.
On TV.
And the last segment of the whole thing was me singing.
Yeah. It
was down there crying in the gym, and that's how the whole thing ended.
I blanked on that interview, because my favourite song is still You Belong With Me, because it's like my childhood, and that's what I used to listen to over and over again in my room. So I would never, like, now I'd be like, oh, Love of My Life, you know, that's one of my favourite songs. But I was like so blacked out. I was like, I wasn't expecting this.
It's really weird when it's live TV and it's like a whole thing.
She said, can you sing You Belong With Me? And I went, in my head I thought, I don't know how to sing it.
I don't know how to sing it. The only one I could
think
think about was Down Bad. That's why I was singing it.
Yeah, but I just went blank. I couldn't remember any of the songs, and yet I listened to it all the time. Crazy. It was my birthday party.
That was so nice.
Came over. We did like a little barbecue pizza party in the garden. Then did a little pub crawl in my local village.
Got to meet all your friends.
Yeah.
Oh, lots of couples, which was really nice.
Yeah, it was basically all couples. And then I had my hair done by Andrew Fitzsimmons, which is Khloe Kardashian's hair artist.
Oh my gosh.
Which was like insane.
The degrees of separation.
Yeah.
He's touched Chloe's hair.
I know, and then he did my hair.
Gorgeous.
And then one more thing for St. Lucia, I got to go to Savile Row, and they were doing an event where every single tailor on Savile Row was open for a press event for the autumn. It was opening into autumn winter, which was absolutely amazing.
That was gorgeous.
And then we go into St. Lucia.
And then we went to St. Lucia, which that had some interesting ups and downs.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, we did a good job
of not sharing or divulging everything.
I've got a picture of me and Alice on the plane with her sleeping. I won't put it on. And then I've got this. We did a partner with Monos, the luggage brand.
The luggage. That was such a good experience.
So lovely. And then we were on TV. So we were in St. Lucia.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I literally forgot we did that.
We went to the T20 Cricket World Cup whilst we were in St. Lucia. And Lewis was at home and I was in St. Lucia. And he sent me a message and he said, did I just see you on TV in St. Lucia? And I said, that would be me. And then I got messages.
Also, we just had like... we were dehydrated, firstly, and we had the world's strongest gin and tonic.
Yeah, it was really strong. Yeah,
oh
so
my
funny.
Gosh. I'll pop it on screen, guys, so you can see it.
And he was like, I was been watching the T20 World Cup and you literally just come on TV. And I was like, oh.
That was so good. Can you re-airdrop that to me
after
this?
Yeah.
I don't have that. That's really lovely.
And there's a nice picture of us there as well.
I actually think the cricket was one of my favourite things.
So the first half of the trip, I would say, we were like having so much fun.
Yeah, we were.
And then it got to the second half of the trip.
Yes.
And it just,
a few things happened.
And it just...
Which brings me on to my... What's your picture? I've got to.
Oh, yes, you do.
Okay, so basically, this kind of ties into one story, and I'm only going to tell you this story because I feel like this one's okay to tell.
Yeah.
We had a cockroach incident
in our room.
I was up editing pictures. Becca was fast asleep, but she was laying on her side facing me.
Yeah.
I was like doing something, and out of my peripheral vision, over the white sheets, and Becca climbed this huge cockroach.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's not a cockroach. I was in Delulu land.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way that's a cockroach. I ignored it. Scuttle, scuttle, scuttle. Under my neck. Scuttle, scuttle, scuttle. Other side of me. I turn and I go, Becca, I don't want to scare you. I'm screaming now.
Yeah, you were like, Becca, that's a cockroach. And it just crawled all over you. And I think this cockroach is still on me. So I jump out of this bed and I run onto a sofa that's like 2 meters away and jump on top of it, thinking that it's... Guys, I was very delulu here. I didn't know that cockroaches could fly. I thought they were ground only. So I thought I'm up high. You can't get me.
Yes. And basically, this cockroach disappeared. But as I got out of bed, I'm going to insert a picture of my leg. I whacked my leg on the corner of the bed, which I don't even think I hit that hard.
You barely hit it. This is what was so... I was like, oh my god.
This is so weird.
Yeah.
My leg, it felt like my leg was exploding from the inside out. And I still actually have bruising on that. I think I probably fractured a little bit of bone or something because it like erupted into like a dome shape. And then the next day it was like purple.
At first you were like, oh my god, my leg. And I was like, there's nothing there. It's just a tiny bit red. Yeah. And then the next morning I went, oh my god. And then
the whole
we had a
of my
boat
calf
trip. So
went...
I had to go on the boat trip because like I had to review the boat trip and you had to stay there because you were in pain.
I was in pain and I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
I also had food poisoning.
Yeah.
That same night food poisoning started for me.
Yeah, it was like just double whammy for you.
It was double whammy, so I was like, and then in the toilet there was like cockroaches and stuff.
And then on the balcony there was bat droppings.
It was just like, I've never
experienced
anything
like that in my life.
It was the towels. I actually think the cockroaches were the worst.
The towels weren't changed for days at a time. Like it was bad.
It was
sorry,
really
I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
I won't say the hotel name.
I won't say the hotel name, but that will go down as the worst place we've probably ever stayed at.
And it's sad because we were the most excited for that.
I know, guys.
Yeah. But
DM us if you need to know where it is.
So you can avoid.
Yeah, we will let you know, but we're not going to say it.
But then by the end of the trip, it did start to pick up slightly.
Yes.
And we went to where Hotel Chocolat creates their chocolate.
This was the best part of the trip.
The cocoa beans, and we got to make a chocolate bar from scratch using their cocoa beans, and it was just so fun. And then we drove past, we got to go and see the pitons.
Gorgeous.
And then we went to Sugar Beach, which if I go back, guys, if you go to St. Lucia, I know it's expensive, but you need to stay at Sugar Beach rather than elsewhere.
Yeah.
Because the difference was insane. The difference was insane. I can genuinely recommend that. I can't recommend the others.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I could genuinely say...
This is where we got our first meal that was like, it wowed us.
Yeah.
And not just like in a...
Not like a snobby food review.
Yeah, no, it was like, this has actually got flavour, and that sounds really awful to say it again. Yeah. But we had really terrible food when we were out there.
I was so excited because like the Caribbean food is known for all its flavour, but we just had no flavour on anything. We didn't have any flavour, no. I think that they thought that maybe we didn't like spice or something, so they were undercompensating for that.
Yeah.
But then it was like, it came up with no flavour whatsoever. We even had a private chef one day for lunch, and there was no flavour.
There was no flavour.
And then we got to Sugar Beach, and it was just heaven.
They treated us so nicely.
It was so good.
Good afternoon, Miss Bradley, Miss Nicholson. How are you today?
Here are the vegetarian options.
Yeah. Cocktails, whatever you like. Yeah. And we just looked out to the beach and the view.
I'm sitting there right now.
And it was amazing, and we swam in the ocean and enjoyed it together.
And the beds were really comfortable.
The beds were lovely.
The sunbeds, we didn't get to experience the hotel.
But when I tell you we had 2.5 hours at this place.
Yeah, and we had to
because we arrived late, remember?
Because of the traffic
driver.
Yeah, he was late.
He was late. Like by an hour.
By an hour late. We were waiting for an hour for him, and then we got there an hour late, so we only had like 2 hours at Sugar Beach to have lunch, enjoy the sea, and like just
get dressed and change. I basically flew home with wet hair.
Yeah, we flew home with sea salt all over our bodies, which I would never recommend for an economy flight like that.
Long haul, no.
Never.
No. We're not doing that again. But that's a lot of St. Lucia chat.
Yeah, it is.
There's got a lot of tea to spill, guys.
Yeah. Then, let me quickly have a looky here. Oh, Abaji. We had the really fun Abaji event at Dalloway Terrace.
We did, and we got the lovely hat.
We did. That was so lovely, wasn't it? Oh, and then I was going to show my bruise. I was in a car crash.
Oh my gosh, you were. I actually never saw this.
Yeah, I was in a car crash and I had internal bleeding. I went to A&E and they said I have an internal bleed. And when I tell you...
2024 was the year of the bruise.
Yeah, it was. It really was. But when I tell you that my stomach ballooned out like no man's business, like out here, I looked like 8 months pregnant. And I've still been struggling with my bloating ever since that day. Yeah. I had to go on a trip with some friends and I was not in the mood.
Oh gosh, yeah, you had a trip, like you were going to a trip, weren't you, when you were driving there.
And then it was we were in they were all like having fun and I was like sitting on the beach. I was like, I don't want to have fun, I'm in pain.
Yeah. That's how I felt with my leg. It just, honestly, it wipes you out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just that feeling. Yeah. And also if you move or like touch it funny, you're in agony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Mine is then a picture of me and Jan. We moved into our first flat, which is this one. And this was the 19th and 20th of August. There's a photo of us with like the air bed up in the living room, which is here. We didn't have any tables. We made like instant noodles because we went to a local corner shop and all they had was like noodles basically.
That's funny.
So we cooked noodles up.
First sight meal, isn't it?
It is. And it just required, well, it was funny, it required kettle water, but we didn't have kettle. So we had to boil cold water, like old school, to heat this whole thing up. But honestly, it was so much fun. And that was the start of the moving journey.
Amazing.
And then I've got pretty much all in that same month. I did start a job, which I'm no longer a part of, so I'm going to jump that. But it was Cat and Angus's wedding, the big one. There was 2 weddings, but the big one was so much fun, and I was a bridesmaid.
It looked amazing. It looked so good,
and it was hilarious. Like I've never drank so much alcohol in my life.
Really?
Yes, because they had a cocktail hour.
Yeah. Was it worse than Clifton?
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
No way.
They had 4 or 5 cocktails on offer, and it was like unlimited. And I remember at one point, I think I started with Bacante, so I had about 3 of those. And then I had at least 4 or 5 espresso martinis. And then at one point, one of the bridesmaids, gorgeous Brooke, she was talking about something and she turned around passionately. And I was having a conversation with another person. Nicola, the other bridesmaid, was having a conversation with someone else. We were just all in the same vicinity. The cocktail, this one espresso martini, flew onto all of us.
No.
Luckily, we had just finished our pictures.
Imagine if that was before the pictures.
Yeah, I grabbed them and I was like, disable toilets now, because we were covered. The whole back of me, my arm was soaked.
Did you have spare clothes?
No, it was the bridesmaids' dresses. But it was so funny because I was thinking, how can one espresso martini do so much damage?
Yeah.
Crazy.
For me next.
You've done loads.
Yeah.
Guys. This is going to be such a long video. I hope you don't mind.
In September, I went to the Christmas fair with my mum, and it was the first time she'd been to a proper press event with me. And she got her hair blow dried.
That's a gorgeous blow dry,
isn't it? It looks so nice.
Yeah, lovely.
And then it was my mum's birthday on the 14th of Sept, and we went to a 1940s day in Chatham. So then I got my hair done like a 1940s girl, and then that same evening was Nadine Marabi, the event.
So gorgeous.
And then I got a picture of me and you there at the event.
That's so cute.
Okay, let's rush through because I think your camera's running out of battery.
My camera is running out of juice.
Okay, I put this in because we love to work in cute spaces
we do.
in London, and this is the London Oriental in Mayfair, which was voted the 2nd best new hotel of the year in the world.
And we did a work day there.
And we did
unbelievable. So good.
Go on.
I have got the goodie bag from the John Bell and Croydon event.
One of the best goodie bags ever.
I think one of the best ever. Unbelievable.
Amazing.
I didn't post that on my story.
I haven't posted it, and I feel so bad. And
if you see it on the gram, we're going to post some of the bits, but I'm going to post it because I laid everything out and I was like, OMG.
It was insane.
So many bits.
I didn't open it for, I'd say, about a week or two because I'd been so busy. I think I was going to Venice and stuff. I finished Yahoo, went to Venice the next day.
Crikey, you did.
Yeah.
You had so many press trips, one after the other.
Yeah, I went, finished Yahoo, and the next morning I had my leaving drinks, and I got home at like 1 AM, and then I had to be back up at 3 AM. I hadn't packed yet to go to Venice.
Oh my god,
which was crazy. But yeah, I mean, that John Bell Croydon thing, I think that was around then. I didn't have time to post it, but it was amazing.
We've got loads of content that we just have not posted, so we'll definitely want to do that.
And then I put up this from Selfridges.
Oh my gosh, that Selfridges day was so bougie.
Yeah, we went to Selfridges, had a little look, and we like spoke to a personal shopper, put our names down for some bags.
Oh, it was so nice. We need to do more of that. I was going to say more of that in 2025.
Yeah.
Rock and Bonfire, which was so lovely. I definitely want to do a double date with you next year. That would be so lovely.
I started my fitness journey again this year.
Yes, I love this.
I used to be gym obsessed. I'd go twice a day, like 7-8 times a week, and then I just struggled, and for years I just didn't go, and I've just started to get back into it again.
I feel like since you started the Life of Luxury.
Yeah, thank you for the little name drop there, because I still haven't mentioned it.
She needs to bloody mention it. She's been doing it all year.
Yeah, so throughout all this, I've been doing Life of Luxury. Even when I was at Yahoo, every evening I'd be working hard, like on the Life of Luxury. Yeah. And then when I finished Yahoo, went to Venice, and then I took that as like, well done for finishing Yahoo, go to Venice for 2-3 days. Came back, and I've been like on the grind of the Life of Luxury ever since. Yeah,
so good. But I feel like incorporating like a good wellness routine around your work, you're kind of creating your own dream routine.
I would say the last 2 weeks I've been lacking, but I'm not going to hold myself over that.
No, it's December, it's so busy.
I commented on Molly May's video about it, and she responded to me.
Yes.
Because she said something like, you know, she really struggles with it, and I just said, listen, I've got back into my routine, and you don't have to do 4 or 5 times a week, you don't have to do 3 times a week, you could do 4 times one week, 0 the next week, 4 times the other week, or 2 times, as long as you are actively trying, and you don't have to kill yourself at these like fitness classes or anything. As long as you know you've done your best that day, that's all you have to hold yourself accountable for.
Definitely. Oh, next one.
Yours?
Oh, I've got Bahrain. So a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I had a very last minute trip. I feel like this is what the theme of the bloody year's been as well. A very last minute trip to go to Bahrain, which I could not say no to, and I got the opportunity to kart at the Bahrain International Circuit, so that was definitely a highlight of the trip, which I loved.
That looks so fun. I was going to mention the banana split event we went to.
How did I not mention that? That was November.
That was November. Yeah,
the 2nd of November.
2nd of November. We went to the Banana Split, which is like the most amazing events company. They did Sophia Richie Grange's wedding and the owner of Boohoo's wedding as well. They do the most incredible events, and they had their 50th anniversary party we went to at Claridge's. And
I know we've said like so many things have been the best event,
This and LTK,
the best event.
Yeah, this was like and LTK was more influencer wise. I was like, but actual like what they did at the event, this was like blew them all up.
Yeah, I think this one was way more luxe though. Like the people we were in the room with,
it was like
you would be so I'm not going to say names,
and I'm also not going to say the fact that we were in the room, we were at the bar having a drink, and someone said, did you know that if you had added everyone's net worth in this room and averaged it, everyone would be a millionaire? Yeah. And I was like, that's not me, I'm bringing you down big time.
Oh yeah, no, that is not me either. Sorry, we're just here for a good time.
I was like, I'm here for the fun time.
It was jaw on the floor, like people that we were next to, partying with. I could not believe who I was in the room with.
Insane. And then
crazy.
Then we went to WTM. We did WTM,
which was so much fun.
Busy again.
And we bumped into quite a few people, like Callum. We bumped into Neil.
Then we bumped into Callum. Went to an event with him.
Oh my gosh,
and it was amazing, fun evening. I think like outside work wise, that was the most fun evening of the year
that was
together.
Really good.
Where we just giggled. Like obviously we do so many work events together. This wasn't work. It was just like sitting there and having a good time.
Yeah, we were having like a massive gossip basically.
It was like weird universe things as well was happening. And
that day was bizarre.
Like, we went to this hotel that we got told that we had a reservation for dinner. They put us at the best. They put us at and there was a reservation under Callum for 4 people. He said, oh no, there's only 3. And then he went, oh okay. And we just showed up. We weren't supposed to be coming. It was only supposed to be 1, but they had it ready. Yeah. We quite literally, they take us to the best table in one of the bougiest restaurants in London. And we're like, this is really nice. And they tell us we have free cocktails like beforehand. So I was like, Callum, definitely get the most expensive cocktail because that looks unbelievable. You've got to try it to review it. Like, wow. It wasn't super expensive, guys. I would never take the, you know,
the mix.
No, never. But it wasn't like that expensive. And I thought, might as well. Like, it's, and then they come over and we're like, we actually don't know who you are. And we were like, okay, well, not in that way.
Turns out we were in
the wrong
restaurant with similar name.
With a similar name. And we were like,
and they were allegedly across the street from each other, but they weren't. They were like 2 streets away.
Yeah, and then the drinks arrived. So we were like, this is an expensive cocktail.
And so did the bill.
So did the bill. Yeah.
And we were like, crap.
Yeah, but you know, it was such a funny thing.
It was so worth the split that we had to do, but yeah,
and it was the first time we'd seen Callum since the start of the year when we first met him. Yeah, so that was really lovely.
Oh, it was so good.
And then you went to Bahrain.
And then I went to Bahrain, so just to give you a timeline.
Yeah. Then I got gifted for 4 or 5 days a Rolls Royce Spectre.
This was insane. I was so gutted that I couldn't see you and we couldn't align our diaries.
It was like the most hectic 5 days ever because I was on a press trip at the Langley with my mum for 2 of the days. The Friday night we did the Chelsea Christmas market. I had to rush off because I had to go to dinner, but the car was there. Yeah. And if we just had an extra half an hour even, you could have
done a little drive.
Yeah, and then we were supposed to see each other on the Sunday. I think your brother was coming back from Tennessee then, so like we couldn't.
Yeah, we couldn't do that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but that was so fun.
That was so fun.
Yeah, and then have you got any...
The last thing I've got is just a photo of me. I haven't uploaded it yet.
That is so cute.
I dressed as the Grinch for the Christmas. The annual Christmas party, which Becca couldn't make.
I know.
So honestly, my heart was broken. So many people couldn't come.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't a quieter year because like other people could come.
Yeah.
But it was a much quieter year than before.
Really?
Definitely. I mean, but it was still so much fun. It was just more family, I think. Like my grandparents came for the first time.
Oh really?
Yeah, they came down and stayed, which was crazy.
Lovely.
So it was really, really nice. Like we had such a lovely weekend, and it actually felt like I was celebrating Christmas Day. Oh, that's how it felt because there was so many like friends and family. But we were saying this, we definitely want to do Friendmas, so we're going to be rewatching this, I'm sure. Yeah. Note to self, put it in the diary. Plan Friendmas.
Flendamus. Oh my gosh, what's going on with me?
The
reason I couldn't go is because I was on a press trip in the Lake District to the Gilpin. One of the most amazing hotel rooms I've ever stayed in.
Honestly, your Vlogmas vlogs, unbelievable.
It was just amazing.
It looked so warm and cozy.
It was so cozy. It felt like Christmas morning. I felt like, I felt like that. I felt like that. And then I actually went to the Lake District for the first time and I just thought, oh my gosh.
Gorgeous.
Stunned.
Gorgeous.
And that brings us to today.
Today. How crazy. We probably rambled and rambled, but I feel like these videos are so fun and good to reflect on.
And even if no one watches this is for us.
Yeah.
Like to look back on our year and
it's our digital diary.
The small wins, like if you actually think about all these small, in our head, we've seen them as a lot. Yeah, we've skipped through a lot. Well, we've seen these as small wins of our year.
Yeah. So these might be someone's big wins.
Well, yeah, they were big wins to me last year, even then. So like all these small wins, they've added up this year to a huge year. Yeah. And then me last year would have seen even one of those things as a big win.
Exactly, which is why it's so important, going back to the vision board, to visualise, get clear on your goals, think big, because you never know what could happen. Like, you know, could you imagine in January that you would have been gifted a Rolls Royce?
Never in a million years.
Travelled internationally to St. Lucia, done the Caribbean, you know, launched your magazine. Like so many things have been achieved in 1 year. I've run the marathon. Like exactly. So many. Like I couldn't even
like flat.
I would never have like thought of that.
We both did the same thing at the same time. Though.
Yeah, we did.
I also like Rolls Royce Spectre wasn't even on my dream car list because I thought it was so out of like reach that I wouldn't even put it on a mood board or vision board. And now I'm like, no, that's on my vision board forever until I have one.
That's the energy.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just want to share that magic with you. We hope that you enjoyed this video. Let us know your small and big wins this year. We really want to hear from you. That would be so lovely. And we can't wait to bring more of this content into 2025. We're going to do loads of goal setting stuff, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to do loads, and then also we're both going to be vlogging more and stuff. Anna's already vlogged, but I'm going to be vlogging 2025. Yes. It's such a big year.
It is going to be such a big year.
And Gemini and Cancer placement.
Exactly, it is. And also you need to do it because you need to document each week. I feel like that's the beauty of like things like weekly vlogs, because you really see the progression.
So true.
It's exciting. But we can't wait to see what we achieve and what you guys achieve in 2025.
Please do write it in the comments, because I absolutely love reading
that would be really lovely. We can't wait to hear from you.
Mwah. See you later.
See you next time.